Hey Wizards, this is Kieran Trollcaller and I'm here in Dragonspyre and we are getting ready to talk to Milos Bookworm because we have a new set of quests to go off. We're going to see how far we can get. We'd like to finish as much of this first part of Dragonspyre as we can today, and we're going to have a good time. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. Here's Milos right now.
The Stonekeeper?
Yes.
Oh yes. The keepers not only kept the stones, but the spirits of our greatest allies, and the Stonekeeper should be in the Plaza of Conquest these days. That's where we stored all the crystal. Go there. He'll surely be happy to help you. The Stonekeeper.
Okay, so let's go talk to Laszlo Starblade in the Plaza of Conquest, which I think is right up here this stair on this ramp. So we're at the Tower Archives, which we weren't able to find who we needed to find. So now we got to talk to Laszlo here in the Plaza of Conquest. And I know he's going to have something for us to fight, because that's how all these guys in Dragonspyre are. Here, Teleport Hub makes life easier, and I believe our buddy Laszlo is right here.
You want a portal stone?
That's what I need.
Really? Yes, I am the Stonekeeper.
Yes.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
It means I'm responsible for keeping the portal stones out of the hands of our enemies.
I hear that.
You might have recommendations from all manner of dignitaries, but mere words are not enough to convince me. I'll need more to go on before I give you it. We have a long and distinguished history here in Dragonspyre, and can't let any riffraff get access to our academy.
You must demonstrate.
Go speak with Xana Fireflower elsewhere in the Plaza of Conquests.
Okay.
If she gives you a recommendation, we'll speak more.
Okay, so step one, we got to talk to Xana Fireflower. There she is, right down here. Glad that wasn't too hard to find her. Let's talk.
Stand up straight, soldier.
Okay.
You need a recommendation?
Yes.
I reserve the right to hand that out, soldier, until I see what you're capable of. Now snap to. Now listen up and listen well, soldier.
She's kind of into
I
it,
led our forces from my tower, but now
foul beasts have overtaken our base.
Led by Sisyphon.
Okay.
As foul and powerful a creature as you've ever felt.
Hear you.
I will not rest until the army's threat has passed. In this and every world. Now go and secure that perimeter.
Very good.
And you will have your Do you understand me, soldier?
Yes. We're going to go defeat Sisyphon. Okay, guys. So we're going to go find Sisyphon, and I'll bring you guys back in. We have got to defeat him so that we can get the recommendation. Okay, guys. Here we go. I found Sisyphon's tower.
What's this? Did someone
there he
order
is.
room service?
This one looks tasty.
Looks tasty.
You look tasty. We're going to throw you over the fire and roast you, Sisyphon. Okay. So, yep, definitely a fight. Okay, well, I think if we use our usual tactics, this should not take long at all. So let's go ahead and throw a feint on Sisyphon. And the fire guy, he's not going to be any trouble. Nah, he's not going to be any trouble. Oh, Sisyphon is right out of the ballpark with the hits. We're going to have to watch him, though. Okay, very good. So, yeah. Dragonspyre always lives up to his name. Of course, we're going to see a lot of chambers like this. They look very, very similar, That was, Dragonspyre. Let's talk about Dragonspyre, guys. Dragonspyre, I'll be honest with you, just not one of my favorite worlds. I really like the character designs in Dragonspyre, like the Draconians, or the walking dragon guys, like this guy right here. I love the design work. The design work that they've done here in Dragonspyre is absolutely fantastic with the characters. Where I really felt they left off, where they really didn't quite nail it, was just the way Dragonspyre looks. Is the coloring and everything is just so grim, it's so dark. The purples and the muted reds, muted purples, muted blues, muted reds, it all just makes it kind of depressing. And that's all you see everywhere. The streets are all the same looking. The towers, when you walk into them, are all the same looking. There's really not a whole lot of variety in Dragonspyre. And I think that's probably one of the things that makes it kind of not so much fun to go through. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are all like, oh, I really don't want to do Dragonspyre. Now, I'll be honest with you, Dragonspyre is probably my least. I knew he was going to do that, throw up the tower shield. Dragonspyre is probably my least favorite world in the first arc. And a lot of it's just because of the design work that was done in it. Like I said, talking about the way the towers all look the same. There's not a huge amount of variety, and when you go into them, the colors really blend quite a bit. So you feel like even when you get to the next place, you really haven't gone anywhere in most cases. And maybe that's what they were going for. I mean, they were definitely trying to build upon a world here in the Spiral that was devastated because of bad choices, because of them not making good choices, and then the big dragon titan comes in and, you know, kind of ruins the place for them and everything. So I mean, the story does go hand in hand, and I get it. But I think that's one of the things that really weird people out about this, you know, this particular world is just the looks. It's the muted unhappiness of everything, and you know, or at least those are my feelings. Those are some of the reasons why I've never really been a big Dragonspyre fan. Although I don't mind the storylines, I think the storylines are pretty good, and I really do like the character builds that they did, the different mobs as well as the ghosts and the storylines. I like all that. It's just the world itself is to me. I mean, it's black, you know. But I know, you know, I think that's got to be part of the design. The reason why they went in this direction is it was supposed to be a place that was totally, you know, torn apart and destroyed. Not enough to... I can't believe that didn't defeat both of those guys. Let's throw Blade up. It's because he had that shield up at negative 25%. God, that's terrible. Okay, we might be in trouble here, guys. We gotta make this next hit count. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw the frog in, and I guess we have to do a reshuffle. We can do a reshuffle. Are you kidding me? These guys are killing me with weakness. Well, at least we'll be able to get rid of the fire guy. The fire guy should have got thrown out. I don't know why he survived. No idea why the fire guy survived, unless he threw a tower shield that I missed. Okay, well, we're almost done with Sisyphon. You know, we just gotta decide shuffle or heal. Ooh, that was a good hit. Unfortunately, I don't have anything in the deck to help me out. So I guess a reshuffle is what it's going to be, guys. Wow. That goes to show you, sometimes you don't want to discard everything. I thought we were going to have a good kill there, but I guess it didn't work out the way I thought. Okay, so I should be able to handle a hit or two from him. You know what? Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and hit him with the wand, weaken him a little bit. He is going to strike at us. We should be able to take at least one larger hit, like, ooh, the Ice Wyvern. These guys are kind of hefty here. This might not feel too good. And it didn't, but that's okay. We're still in the game. All we need is another power pip, and we can... Oh, that was close. That was close. 75 more, and that would have finished him off. It's okay. Humungo Frog is in the house. Humungo Frog, finish that guy off. Woo! Bringing it. Yeah, he's bringing it. Wow. Critical doesn't hurt anything. Okay, Sisyphon. Yeah, so you'll notice some of these fights are going to be a little bit more challenging, so you got to be more prepared for them. I guess I did not play that one as good as I could have, but that's okay. We're still in the game. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and talk to Xana and see if that is good enough. There we go.
Now, that's fine work, soldier. Here's your recommendation.
Yes, we've got it.
Xana hands you a letter of recommendation.
You've served your unit well, soldier. Now hustle over to the Stonekeeper and report for duty
Very
there.
Good.
Step lively.
Let's go talk to Laszlo Starblade and see what he says.
I'm impressed by your resourcefulness. Before too long, I'll be the one saluting you.
Works for me.
The general recommendation is not enough to get you what you're after.
Man.
Not by far. I want to see a second recommendation, and not one you can go speak with Helena Warhawk. She is our historian laureate, the greatest historian of Dragonspyre. You'll find her within the Tower of War.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to go find Helena Warhawk's place. Well, actually, there's a portal right to it. That makes life easy. Okay, well, I'm going to go find some wisps first, and I'll be back in a second. Hey, guys, here we go. Let's talk to Helena Warhawk. There she is. Helena.
I don't think anyone's interrupted my studies in years. So you want to learn about Dragonspyre,
yes.
Do you? Knowledge does not come easy,
Very
especially
good.
in time of war.
This is the time of war,
Tower
okay.
of War, a place where we store our knowledge of the principles of war to help you in go down the stairs behind me.
Oh,
Read the stories
we're in a
found
tower
on the
dungeon.
bottom
Okay.
floor, and those should serve as the foundation for... Return to me when you have grasped those foundations of our war lore.
Okay, guys, we're going downstairs. And, of course, we have to take care of these guys. One of the things that Dragonspyre is known for is taking the tower dungeon and beating you over the head with it. First introduced in Marleybone, and don't take me wrong, I love Marleybone. But Marleybone first introduced the tower dungeon with the clock towers. Now, if you remember those clock towers, you had to go through multiple fights before you saw the end. And that's what we get our idea of a basic tower dungeon for. Like, and I guess you could say it was originally introduced with Golem Tower. I mean, that was the first tower dungeon of all, you know. But let's just say that it really began with Big Ben and with the clock towers. And if you remember Big Ben, that one took forever. I mean, you had a ton of tower to climb through. Well, here we go. Welcome to Dragonspyre, land of the tower dungeons. So you're going to find a lot of tower dungeons to go through here in Dragonspyre. That's one of the reasons why I want to get to level 48 as quickly as possible. Because by being able to get Orthrus in hand, that's going to change the balance of power here pretty quick. Because within about 2 turns, I will be able to lay out a very heavy firepower spell added to my damage boost, as well as being able to add at least 1 blade in. That's going to put us at a distinct advantage, especially when we're having to do these tower runs. So for instance, we just went through one, and this one isn't terrible. I mean, there are some that are very, very challenging. But this one definitely, I would not say, even ranks up there with terrible towers. But once we have Orthrus, then we can put a blade up in this first round. As long as we're getting power pips, boom, we're going to get 2 more power. We're going to get another power pip, hopefully. That's going to put us at 6 pips. Now, our new spell will be a 7-pip spell. So that means what we'll have to do is we'll have to put up at least 2 blades. So 2 blades with Orthrus. That is like taking Earthquake. With Earthquake does pretty good. In fact, Earthquake, you'll notice, within 3 rounds, and if we have 2 blades and Earthquake, we pretty much can stomp just about anything here in the world. And as long as they're not getting too quick hits off, like the Banshee happened again, we find ourselves in a pretty strong position to defeat anything within about 4 rounds. As a solo character, that's actually pretty good, and nothing to scoff at. But by adding Orthrus in, now instead of starting off with a 370-point attack, we're starting off with a 700-point attack. That's 300 and, oh my goodness, dual critical level. We're going to need to add that in. That sounds pretty good. So now we're actually finally getting some good jewels. Good. And a good tower dungeon is always going to have a place for you to regenerate your stuff. But this is like the first tower dungeon here. Notice we've already gone through 1, 2. Here we go. Here's the 3rd one. So probably at least 4 fights. Now, I'd like to say that, there's only a few tower dungeons that you end up having to deal with here in Dragonspyre. But the honest truth is they are all over the place. Oh yeah, you'll see tower dungeons all over the place, and if you're playing solo, you've got to think about this. You've got to be prepared to be able to go through these tower dungeons, and first things first is you got to make sure your spells are ready to knock these guys out as quick as possible. Like, notice how this round is starting off a little rough because we're getting hit right off the bat. Hopefully what you're able to do is be able to get at least a blade and a trap, or a blade or 2 blades up, and that should annihilate almost any of the different mobs that you do run into in Dragonspyre on a regular basis. Now, bosses are a little bit different because bosses are going to have higher health. You're probably not going to be able to strike at them as quickly as possible. I mean, that quickly, and be able to take them down. The best strategy to possibly do that is keep a feint in your deck, like I do right now, so you can throw a feint on the boss and then get that AoE out, so hopefully you can go ahead and clobber them. Like, for instance, that last fight that I had where we struggled was because that AoE we got weakness a little bit with it, and so wasn't able to do the damage to the boss that we were wanting, or to the minions. So that kind of put us in a precarious position. That's okay. I mean, that's going to happen. You know, look at that. Even with the weakness there, wow, that guy survived that. Nice. Okay. Look at that. Wow, that balanced guy. Okay, but that's not a problem because we got a Humungo Frog, and even at 50% off, Humungo Frog should finish the job here. Woo! Very, very good. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out in the Myth walkthrough with me. This is a great series, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. Hopefully, you guys have had a lot of fun with it. We are definitely going to be taking this series to the very end, and right now, the very end is in Caramel. Now, I'm not sure if we'll see a new world in this next year. More Bagastian, more mobs. Yeah, like I said, this tower, I'll tell you what. So we are now on 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth level of the tower. Oh yeah, definitely made for us to have to work our way up. So let's keep it going. Now, one of the things to always look forward to, you know, is getting this wizard to max level. So that's going to be fun. He's going to be the first wizard on this account, and we're going to max level him out here with you guys as we are working the Myth walkthrough through the entire series. Of course, you know, there'll be challenges and there'll be times where we need help, and that's always the fun part, you know, because Wizard101, it's a game of wizards helping the wizards, right? Right. Let's throw this up. Let's knock these crow collars back. I've actually farmed these crow collars for Animus before, and they turn out to be not so bad a minion to pull into the game if you need to. You know, that's one of the things I tend to forget, because once you get your hit things going on, using other strategies to fight battles don't come up that often unless you're in a very difficult boss scenario. And you know, you just got to kind of work with what you're used to working with. I think that's one of the downsides to the last big update that they did when they rebalanced all the spells, is that instead of getting people playing it to think different ways on how to play the wizards, you know, and looking for those weaknesses and strengths that were actually built into the game previous, they've allowed each of the classes, instead of having their own unique way of play, to become all very similar in the way you play them. Due to different wizards over the years finding ways to break the game. Like, for instance, you know, everybody should play like a fire wizard or a storm wizard, you know. Which is unfortunate. Like, for instance, I should be relying more on minions with this particular wizard, because that's a strength. You know, especially with Monstrology being able to call in more minions than one. But you get so used to the big hits that you have, that doesn't become, you know, you don't need it anymore, because, you know, why do you need to spend time calling a minion in when you can knock a boss or knock a minion or knock a mob out within 2 rounds because you're fire. Well, anyways, Principles of War. So we're not going to read through all those. So there we go. We've talked to let's go talk to Helena Warhawk and let her know that we finally got through and we learned the history. Whew. Okay. So yeah, so I think that's one of the downsides to all the adjustments they made. Impressive. Is when they put everything back to this level area.
Than any outsider ever has. I can rest easy.
We got another recommendation.
Hands you a letter of recommendation.
You're finished here. You should return
That's
to
a
the
side
stone.
quest, so we'll just put that off to the
I'm
side. So let's go
certain
talk
he's
to
got
Laszlo
more.
Starblade, guys. I'll see you in a moment. Hey guys, I'm back. Here's Laszlo.
Yet again, you win over one of my colleagues.
Yes.
If Dragonspyre Academy had a dozen students like you, this place would not lay in ruins.
Definitely not.
These statues represent Dragonspire's greatest foes.
Very good.
Like a whetstone to a blade, they sharpen the skills of the warriors of Dragonspyre.
Okay.
You must first defeat the Grand Champion of Rydal the Indomitable.
Yes.
He conquered the Duchy of Sebastian and forced the Duke into rebellion.
Okay, very good.
Rydal's champion made it possible. You're no match for him yet, though. You need to learn his way of combat, and for that, you need to go speak to Mavra Flamewing.
Very good. And so that puts us in a particular position. Now, guys, I'm going to come up here because I want to get a good picture, but I want to thank everybody who's been watching the Myth walkthrough. This is unfortunately all I have time for today, guys. Man, yeah, I definitely want a picture of this place. You see that? Those guys look like, I don't know, kind of looks like Cyrus, right? Anyways, okay. So anyways, thanks everybody who's been hanging out. I've been having a great time playing with you guys, but unfortunately this is all I have time for today. So this is Kieran Trollcaller, played by Kimise. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Myth Walkthrough. Hopefully we'll see you again on the next episode, and we're going to continue to get through this. We're going to be dealing with Maverick Flamewing next time we come here in the Plaza Conquest. Catch you guys later. This is Kimise. Bye-bye.